I'm very excited to speak to our two wonderful athletes in the studio. So we've got Mohammed Khalid with us, we've also got KHALID Ali. Now, these are two very accomplished boxers and we're here to find out about their journey. Now, if we start off with you, we know that you have signed with Frank Warren and you're the first British Bangladeshi to sign. And that is a fantastic achievement, I can say, because to be the first British Bangladeshi with that kind of accolade, it must feel amazing to wear that kind of a crown. So what's this experience been like for you, signing with Frank Warren for the first time? Well,
at first, it was a dream come true because I've been working since I was a child, age 10 to about 17, 18. So it's nice to get that small achievement, I would say, to be signed with Frank Warren. But recently, the past year since I've been signed with Frank, it's been nice in terms of the support I've been getting and all the love I've been getting from all the Bengalis in London, in Oldham, in Birmingham, you know, it's really nice. You're mentioning cities all across the UK, but of course our viewers are all around the world, so you've got global support on your journey, I would say, and I really love how another guest of ours is got like a British flag and a Bangladeshi flag, so very patriotic, and I know that you're very much into boxing as well. Tell us about the fight that you recently had.
Oh, so I had a fight 1 week after Khalid's fight. I fought in a semi-professional boxing show, the UK Boxing Union, for the English title belt. So I managed to get the win. It was a very tough fight and I'm very happy about that.
So you can relate to our English women's team today having won this fight. And of course the Bangladeshi community support must mean a lot to you. How does that help you with your boxing journey going forwards?
It helps you massively, you know, to know I got a country, first I got the UK, and then I got massive support Bangladesh itself. It's honestly, like, it's amazing. It just makes you want to do well, you know, and it's nice to know you have your people there to support you and want you to do well.
You mentioned that you started quite young, but of course there are so many sports out there. Like we saw that today there was the football final. So are there other sports that you were into? Or was it boxing from the start that you felt this is what I really want to do?
I mean, I used to play football, but nothing serious, just like every young boy kick about. But my father put me into boxing when I was around 8. And then from there, it was just onwards and upwards, you know. I had many amateur contests and won some, lost some. Just kept going, never quit, never gave up. And, you know, we're here now. We're signed to Frank Warren and I'm trying my best to get to where I want to get to.
That's a really positive mentality, and I like how you mentioned that there were some wins, some losses. Of course, we like celebrating the wins, but what kind of things would you say you learned from the losses?
I think you learn what sort of person you are, you know. If you don't have losses, you're not going to know what sort of person you are and what sort of mindset you have, because everyone enjoys winning. Ultimately, everyone enjoys winning, but it's when you lose, how do you bounce back and how do you commit yourself, you know, because there have been many Bengali fighters and other fighters, they lost and they've quit, you know. So ultimately, it's just when you lose, how does that affect your mindset? Me personally, when I lost in the amateur game, it just made me look at myself and think, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is where I went wrong. I now know what I need to improve on.
And if we talk from like a sports perspective, it's like when you tear a muscle, it makes it even stronger. So I think it's really nice that you're inspiring the next generation of boxers to follow in your footsteps. What would you say has been the highlight of your boxing career so far?
I think the highlight is when I get young kids from the age of 7 to about 15. They come up to me and just want to talk to me. And they give you these eyes, like, where they proper look up to you, you know, and it's touching because a year ago I was just regular worker in Iceland, you know. I was working in Iceland, filling up the shelves. Now I'm getting young boys and girls look up to me and just ask me for advice or just talk to me for pictures. Like it happened yesterday. I was having the dessert. Young boy saw me from across the road. He crossed over the road to speak to me, just to speak to me.
And your journey's just beginning.
The journey's just beginning.
So
honestly, like, it's a huge honor, you know. I think that is the highlight of my career thus far. I think it will continue to be the highlight of my career because yes, it is nice to win, but to inspire, I think it does a lot more for who I am and for everyone in Bangladesh and London and England as well.
Onwards and upwards from here.
Exactly.
And you mentioned how your dad has a gym, right? And that's kind of like how you've met in the past. So tell me about your family support and like the impact that had on both of your careers, in fact.
So my dad used to have a gym in Commercial Road. He used to have a gym there. That's where me and Khalid, we met about 7, 8 years ago. I would always be at the gym, you know.
Born to be a boxer.
Born to be a boxer, perhaps, maybe. But yeah, my dad would put us in the gym, you know, because the gym also makes you grounded, you know. You can put a lot of your energy into the gym. So yeah, that's what me and Khalid met. But I'm gonna let Khalid say some words.
Pretty much. I feel like boxing, it teaches you a lot of character and discipline. Like, it helps you shape your character as a man, like while you're growing up from a teenager. So I started boxing at 17, 18, actually I think around 17 when I met Khalid as well. We both trained together. I've learned a lot from him, a lot of sparring we've done together, and so yeah, he's inspired me to do a lot as well.
So you've inspired your friend, you've inspired me, even though I wouldn't say that I'm a boxer because I don't have your talent, but certainly you've inspired me to...
But in other sports or in other departments, you can be inspired.
I mean, the mentality is something that definitely I think is transferable to any field of life, whether you're in academia, whether you're in acting, you can always have that mindset that not everything's going to be perfect, but if you work hard and the way that you both have, I think is phenomenal. I think let's check out a video and then we'll be able to find out more about your background and your boxing success.
So my background is I'm half Bengali and quarter Nigerian and quarter English.
A tremendous reception. Let's watch again at the end. This is how it came. There he was there, and another one. Big right up coming. That was another right up there. The referee had seen enough. That was a good stoppage by the referee there. Excellent. But Ali, very positive.
5 years I want to be on the verge of a world title. On the verge or fighting for a world title. I have to be there. Have to be there. That's my goal. If it takes any longer, then something went wrong. And in 10 years, I'd like to be undisputed champion. I'll have at least 2 belts. Age 10, 11, 12, to really say, look, he's doing it, so I can do it as well. That's the best thing that can come out of what I'm doing right now, is for somebody, a young kid, somebody 10, say, hey, look, he's Bengali, he's professional, look, I want to do that as well. So hopefully, I can just inspire them slowly to make it into the pro ranks, you know? It'd be nice for Bengali culture to say, look, we have a Bengali person waving the flag for us, you know?
Inspiring video that was, and I like how at the end there was that kind of bandana over your head with the flag, and I think you're a young athlete that a lot of people will be able to relate to, like people of your age or even younger. When they see that flag on your head or the flag on your shirt today, they'll be able to look at that and think, that's my identity too, and that's why I aspire to be like. But of course there must have been lots of hurdles, I can say, to get to where you are as well. So would you like to share some of the challenges perhaps that you faced along the way?
100%. Like in life, there's always hurdles to overcome. Sometimes you can overcome them, and sometimes you can't. I'm very fortunate enough to have the right people around me to overcome them. Hurdles in boxing, like I would say, it's all mentally. If you don't know how to bounce back, if you can't keep your mind in check, if you get distracted easily, if you go out too much, and the list goes on, all these things are hurdles, and if you're not careful, you will stumble on them. You know, so of course, like everyone, I've had my own hurdles, but nothing major, nothing detrimental to me. I think if anything, it's made my mindset a lot stronger, and having the correct family members around me, like Khalid, like my cousin Ishmael, like my uncle, like my father, and the list goes on. These people help you, you know, because you can't do everything by yourself. you always need help, you know.
And you mentioned how you met in a sporting venue to start off with, and there must have been an element of sort of teamwork, and that must have helped with your motivation levels as well, like being able to share this sport and share your kind of boxing dreams and your careers together. Would you say that the media is fairly sort of like representing our cultural boxers? I mean, you are obviously a trailblazer in the Bangladeshi community, but in general, would you say it's like a fair representation that we get?
No, not yet, but slowly but surely, we'll change that, you know.
You're here to change that?
Not me as a person, but us as one, we'll change that eventually, you know. Slowly but surely, yeah, step by step. As long as I keep winning, and as long as other Bengali boxers keep winning, and in other sports, we will get there. Just in time, and we have to be patient.
That's very good advice, and I think mentality is a big part of what makes a successful sports person as well, because obviously there's the physical training, but you mentioned like if you're facing a loss, then you need to bounce back, and I like that kind of metaphor.
And also in training as well, because if you're not mentally there in training, you're not going to be able to get the best out of yourself. You know, if you go training maybe a bit upset, maybe distracted, you're not going to be able to get 100% out of yourself, you know, and the training is integral to the fight game. You have to go training 100% switched on, understanding what my job is. You know, you have to go training with a complete good mindset, a proper good mindset, because ultimately if you're slacking in the training, you're going to slack in the fight. Or even like say you're studying.
Yeah.
If you're not studying correctly, in the exam, you're not going to, you know, do well. So you can relate.
Definitely. Like the work needs to be put in and then the results come, of course. Exactly. So how do you feel having such an amazing friend next to you on our sofa? I mean, he's representing our country. It's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. He's very inspirational. He works hard in the gym and he's got a very good mindset. Like his mind is very strong. He knows when he has to focus, when he has to switch on. So that helps pretty much everyone in the gym as well, because when we see him working hard, everyone else in our club wants to work hard so we can all get our wins. So. Yeah.
And which club is that?
We have an amateur club called Brick Lane Amateur Boxing Club, which we just opened, and yeah, we're looking to make that into a bigger club, inshallah. So should be good.
That's really nice. So when people see that you're at that club, and as I said, local people will be able to relate to you, I think you're the first, hopefully, of many people who are going to be taking this path. But it's not like the first thing people think of with their careers, right? They don't, like most people don't think I'm going to be a leading boxer, right? So you must have taken a plunge to say, I'm going to take this sport really, really seriously. When did you take that decision?
I took it when I was 16, but also some things are just written for you, you know?
Yeah.
Ultimately, like, if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Like, if it's for you, it'll be for you. So, ultimately, I think boxing is for me, and that's why I'm doing boxing.
And when people are injured, like, I feel so sorry for sports people when they're injured. How do they cope during those kinds of periods? Because as an elite athlete, I think you'll be able to relate to those kinds of things.
I mean, I haven't been injured yet.
Yay.
I don't want to be injured, but I don't know how they would cope with it. But sometimes when I go without the gym for two, 3 weeks, I do get a bit, I would say, on edge, because being at the gym is a good stress release. You know, it's very good for your mind. It's very good for your body. So, I guess if you was injured, like I'll go back to mindset, yes. Mindset and who you have around you. You know, if you got the correct people around you, you will be able to get through it. And if you don't have the correct people around you, you might see yourself go down the wrong paths.
So you can channel your energy into boxing, and it's like a positive sort of outlet for you. And how would you say that boxing has changed your sort of like character or personality?
It hasn't. It hasn't. I'm the exact same person I was a year ago working at Iceland. I'm the exact same. You'll see me walking down Brooklyn by myself. I'll go to Westfields by myself. I come with the same people I've known for the past 10 years. Very
humble, very grounded, very hardworking.
Yes, because you have to remember what comes up also goes down.
Yes.
So on the way, be humble and just remain the same person.
That's such a nice motto to wrap up with. But obviously, we're curious to know, how do you see this journey unraveling in the next 5 years for both of you? Because you're both accomplished boxers.
So for me, my goal has always been has always been to be a world champion. I want to be a world champion. I feel like that is the mountain to climb, and mountains are there to be climbed. So let's climb the mountain, and at least let's go for it. Let's try. And if we don't get there, then it's fine. It's not meant to be. But I feel like I have to try that. I have a lot of backing into me. My 3 sponsors, Jess and James, Karama Fragrances, and UK Plug Official, they put a lot of backing into me. So with their help and their backing, I'm sure I will get there.
And recently, you know, we had Aki Rahman, who climbed Mount Everest, and he was the first British Muslim and the first British Bangladeshi as well to do that. So I really like how you brought in the mountain analogy, and we would like to see you being the first British Bangladeshi to reach even greater heights. And if I can ask you the same question with regards to like the next 5 years and where you'd like to see yourself.
In the next 5 years, in terms of boxing, I'd like to see myself have a few more fights, maybe get a few more belts. And as I'm watching him, I'll definitely improve my own boxing skills, because we'll all be working together in the gym. And yeah, and
at least turn professional. You can turn professional.
We'd love to see you as a professional.
You have to turn professional.
Yes. You're saying it live on air now.
Inshallah, why not?
Yes, inshallah. Yes.
Inshallah. So yeah, and also with the amateur boxing club we opened, we'd like to get more people on board with it, and because we can have. There's a lot of people in Brick Lane that would be good at boxing, a lot of kids. So we have a club called Brick Lane Amateur Boxing Club. So anyone is welcome to come from any area, and we'd like to see everyone progress.
So shout out to Brick Lane Amateur Boxing Club, and obviously thank you so much for being my guest today. I mean, what a day. It's like filled with sports and fun, and it's been such a pleasure to have you on the Sunday show, so thank you so much to both of you. But of course, if I just make another comment on your outfits, you're looking like a Bengal tiger with the orange and black, and you've got the flags.